Hello and welcome to some hot tips on dirtbag camping, flying with your bike and how to make it work for you in an easy and cheap way. That is the dirtbag way. You'll see we got a couple dirtbags behind us. There's Andrew, there's Dave. They got their little camp chairs there to set up camp. Very simple. And that is like really the key to dirtbag camping is less is more. You can do it like this guy over here in the van, Mr. Fancy Pants, and get like a camping van and all that sort of stuff. But if you're flying in from far away like we are, Toronto here in Utah, you can't fly with that van. So you kind of got to like figure out the cheap and efficient way of doing it. And it all starts with this right here. This is where the magic happens. The minivan. The minivan is really the dirtbagger's first choice in vehicles. Minivan allows you to kind of roam like home, and it all happens inside. So we're going to open it up here. So the minivan is ideal for 1 to 3 riders. Anything more than that, and I don't think you can do it in a semi-comfortable way. You can see here we got 3 bikes. We got 1 bike, 2 bikes, 3 bikes. Front wheels off, brake blocks in, and you can get 3 bikes in there, and then you can still keep 3 seats. So you can see 1, 2, 3, and a limited amount of gear. Okay, so dirtbag camping, you're flying, so you don't have a lot of gear. And so recommending things like bins, cardboard boxes, things to keep your gear organized. Some pro tips here. You can barely see it because it's such a disaster in here. But buy a tarp. These are cheap. They're like, I don't know, $8 at Wally World. And you create basically a bathtub in there, and that keeps all of the dirt on the tarp, and then you have less cleaning of the van to do at the end, which is super handy when you're in dusty, sandy areas like Utah. Another pro tip is you want to get a van where the seats all fold in. I don't know what that's called, but basically stow and go or some shit. This is a Pacifica. It does things for you, which is great. So here there's another seat that's been buried under here so that you can get the rear tires all the way back. It's nice to keep your camelbacks behind your seat so that way you can drink while you're driving. Drinking and driving is great. And then you got your charging stations. So another thing that we do, I'll see if I can get in here, is we got an inverter here, just a simple inverter, and then extension cords going everywhere to charge up all your electronics that you're going to bring, your GPSs, your cell phones, your cameras. We also fly with a pump, and I'll show you why we travel with that right now. If you are camping in the desert, pick up one of these. This is all you need. You don't need a tent or anything. All you need is an Intex Airbed. $12 at Walmart. Throw it down. Comes with patches, so if you get a leak, you can patch it up. Super easy, super cheap. Perfect for a dirt bag. So you're going to be traveling with a bike bag. Chances are it's an Evoc bike bag. And the Evoc bike bag comes with some things inside of it that you use to fly with, but it can also be used on your dirt bag trip. So in here, these things right there are the bike, basically where you rest your stay and your bottom bracket for the bike. So we've put those in between to create space so the bikes, they don't hammer up against each other. The other thing that we've done here is we've taken these pads, again, a part of your Evoc bag, and we've taken them out of the bag and are using them to go around the frames, again, to hold everything so that even if it's bumpy like this, you can see that there's no clanging of metal, which is key. Obviously you want to protect your bikes, especially you got fancy carbon. Don't want your stays, your stanchions to get messed up. Another thing is I travel with this just in my bike bag to protect my frame. Take that out, put it between the goodies at the back so they don't get busted up. So what do you do with your bike bags? Well, I'm going to show you that now. And this is how we store our bike bags. Basically, you find any storage facility. There's usually quite a few that have rooms for rent that are like 5 by 6. Certainly enough space for bike bags that we are now packing up into the van. Look at that, we'll get 3 bike bags in there, no problem. And then up here, we'll have space for the rest of our luggage. Yeah, so highly recommend storing your bike bags at a storage place. All right, now you might be thinking, oh, but what about a pickup truck? Pickup trucks are cool, right? It's not cool. Sure, it looks nice, and you can throw a bike over there and you feel like you're in some sort of movie, but then everybody knows you've got bikes in there. You got to worry about your bikes being in there. But I tell you, you travel around in the van, nobody suspects a thing. It's out of the elements, and you look like a mom or a dad taking your kids to the game.
Likely full of wicker baskets and PB&J sandwiches, nothing more.
That's right. So, fuck the truck, go minivan. So there you go. The minivan, I find the choice vehicle for dirtbag camping. All right, so yeah, those are kind of some basics for dirtbag camping, flying with your bike to faraway places and doing it for as little money as possible and as efficiently as you can. If you got any tips, please let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. See you in the comments.